I was just waiting on the Lord. And he just began to speak to me immediately about altars. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it was like, your next assignment is to reconsecrate the altar, reconsecrate this altar. We have already consecrated it for release, but we're going to reconsecrate it, okay, for restoration. Isn't that amazing? He said, you've already consecrated it for release. And that is why everyone is being released into their destinies. Everyone is being released into their marriages. Everyone is being released into their rightful place with their rightful spouse. But he said, he want to reconsecrate it for restoration of men, especially of men. Amen. Of men, yes. We prayed about it the whole of last year. Now we're raising up a specific altar, which is the same altar, by the way, but we're consecrating it for that purpose. There's a divine timing for everything. Amen. Because one of the things he was speaking about, just before we go to Mark 2, one of the things he was just speaking to me about is the fact that many of your husbands are going to be needing ministering to. Many of your men and of the husbands are going to need ministering to. They're coming now. They're coming forth now, but they're going to need ministering to. They're going to need restoration. 1 Million Men Rising is a restoration project. The complete restoration doesn't take place in their singlehood. It's going to take place in their marriage. And so we as women have to be ready to restore. We have to be ready to operate with God, to honor God, and to walk in the spirit of restoration. And that is why he wants this altar to be consecrated and dedicated for that purpose. Amen. That is the reason why. Because you're going to minister to them. There are patterns that they have picked up. And there's a part that God can play in their singleness. But there's a part that only you as the wife, working with God, will be able to play in that man's life. Amen. And so that's what he began to speak to me about. The restoration of men is the next project, together with the blessing of finance, is the next project of the Gideon War Room. Okay. As wives, you are restorers of the breach. As wives, you are healers. As wives, you are ministers to your husbands. So the Lord has already switched into wife mode. He switched you into wife mode because that's what he's already begun speaking about. He switched us into wife mode. He spoke to one of our sisters and she shared that God said, are you ready to really live with the man? Okay. So he wants you to be in wife mode. And everything he's spoken to us for the last 1 month is wife mode. Everything he's spoken through all our sisters and through the ministry is wife mode. So it shows you that in the spirit, God has already done. Okay, he's released, he's accomplished the release. It is just going to manifest within these next few weeks. Okay, but already he wants you in wife mode, in your heart, so that you are ready when that man comes to be a minister of restoration. And that is what he began to speak to me about. That is why he's doing that. And that is why we are reconsecrating this altar.